Hey, my name is Jamie Lay. I'm an online fitness coach from fitnessrewired.jam on Instagram. I just wanted to review this awesome machine. It's an all-in-one trainer from Force USA. I'm gonna run you through this machine, kind of what all it includes and what it entails, and then I'm going to kind of compare it to other machines that they have at the end. And then I do also have a discount code, so if you use the code JAMILEH, it's capital JAMILEH. I'll put it down in the caption, then you'll get 5% off, which on a machine like this, that's a significant amount. So first of all, when I was looking for a trainer for my house, there were a few things that I personally really wanted. That was a Smith's machine. I love having a Smith's machine. And then I wanted cables, a cable machine that came out from both sides. And then I also wanted to be able to do squats off of it, and I wanted a weight stack instead of plate loaded stack. So I'm just gonna walk you through this machine and some of the things that includes. So first of all, this is a commercial model, so it's a little bit nicer than some of the other ones that they have, although the others are still nice. The pulleys are very smooth. I'd say they're pretty darn close to a commercial gym pulley feel. Maybe just a slight difference, but it's not anything that bothers me at all. It's very smooth, especially compared to other cable machines that I've tried in other people's homes. That was a huge thing. I needed to have smooth pulley. So one thing with this machine, there is a pull-up rack. I am 5'4", and if I'm on my tippy toes, I can reach it. So if you're a little bit taller, I mean, you're gonna have to bend your legs. For me, it really is the perfect height to do pull-ups on. They do have some other machines that are taller. Something that I had to take into consideration. It's in our basement, so ceiling height. I needed to get a machine that wasn't super tall, so it would fit in here. So there are tons of points that it can lock in on this machine, so you can change it. It's very easy and smooth to move the cables around. The pulleys go at a 2-to-1 or 4-to-1 ratio. You can change how much this weight stack is going to be depending on how you're locking it in. So if you are only hooked up to a single hook, it is 1/4 the resistance that it says on the weight stack. If you're hooked up to both, then it is half the weight. So it's a lot heavier when you're hooked up to both. This was something I was concerned about when I was looking at this machine. I didn't quite understand how the 4-to-1 and 2-to-1 ratio. So I didn't quite understand how that was going to work, and I worried that this weight stack wouldn't be enough. It was up to 289 pounds on the weight stack, so that is a huge number. Comparing it to other all-in-one trainers, that's a very good amount of weight. But this ratio, it either cuts it in half or cuts it in a fourth, so you're not getting that full weight. So I did worry that it wasn't going to be enough weight for me and for my husband, especially. I worried about him, but so far it's been great. It's enough resistance on there. The 289 pounds, it's enough weight. Yeah, that was one of my big concerns. Okay, one thing I do like about this particular machine, you can change the weight stacks from the inside. Some of them you have to change it from the outside. This is really easy to change it from the inside. It comes with so many attachments, and then you can also pay for an upgrade kit for more attachments. One thing specifically about the G15 that some of the other models don't have is this pulley system and the Smith's machine run on different lines. So I don't have to move the Smith's machine out of the way in order to move this. It makes it really nice for if I'm supersetting or do multiple workouts or switch from one thing to the next really quickly. Then I don't have to go and move my Smith's machine and then be able to put my cables where I want them to go. How this locks in on these hooks, you have to pull it out, and then the nice thing is it can rest on this little spot here, so you're not fighting it continuously going back. And as I said, it's counterbalanced, so it stays pretty much where it's at. It doesn't really weigh anything. Let's talk more about the Smith's machine. I really love it. It's extremely smooth. There's a couple of points that I want to make you aware of. So this is as high as it goes up. As you can see, for me, a 5'4" woman, It's the perfect height for doing like shoulder presses and stuff. But if you were any taller than me and you wanted to do a shoulder press on the Smith machine, you'd want to do it seated. So it's no problem. There's just a couple things you want to be aware of that way. It runs very smooth. There's no weight on it right now, so it doesn't have any resistance. Next thing that you should be aware of as well, I love doing, there's a few exercises like hip thrust and deadlifts. Smith's machine only goes this low. So it's not really low enough to do deadlifts unless I have used you can use like a step, or I've stacked up the plates, done deadlifts on that. Same thing with if you're gonna do hip thrusts on this, you're gonna have to have some sort of bench under your feet to get your hips up higher. Other than that, I absolutely love the Smith machine. I've been very happy with it. Something that I thought was very nice about this is that the plates go on through the sides. Some of the other machines, you store the weight on the back, which depending on your spacing, those machines are a little bit more narrow, so if you have a limited space that way. One thing you definitely want to keep in mind is the dimensions that it gives online for the width. It is how wide it is, but you do need to have space for your body to move and like grab weights from the side and actually put it on there. So if you're only having a couple inches of space between, it's not going to be enough for this machine. You really need to be able to access those weights over there to put it on your Smith machine. And at that too, if you're going to use a barbell, those typically run longer than how wide it says the dimensions of this machine are. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. It does not come with the barbell, but it does come with safeties. When I'm squatting, I mean, it does give you space, but it's not a ton of space to keep you very secure in there. So you'll just want to be careful when you're squatting. You're in far enough that you're not just then missing the safety. So I wish these were just a little bit longer to make you feel a little more secure in that, but otherwise it's great. I wanted to talk about the attachments. So it comes with a rope attachment. It comes with this narrow pole. It comes with so many like different little pieces. The straight arm with chains. How I've used this, you'll attach it to both sides. So you can sit on the floor and do lat pull downs with this. There is a little space in the back of the machine to also store things like this. There's this attachment, and also there's an actual lat pull down attachment. Okay, it also does come with this foot plate, so you can do seated rows on that. Keeps your feet secure and in place. Talk about the upgrade kit. I did opt for that. It's $699. I feel like it was worth it to get the upgrade kit because of what it came with. I really liked the attachments that it comes with. A couple of starting with the basic ones, it comes with ankle straps. The landmine attachment, or the barbell attachment. So when you're using the landmine, you can hook this onto the barbell and do bent over rows with this attached to the barbell. It just makes it really easy to hold on to the barbell. Another attachment that the upgrade kit comes with is the jammer arms, which are really versatile actually. So you attach it onto the side. Obviously you have both. I only attached one side. And you can push and do lots of great chest exercises with this. Also used it for back exercises and used it in reverse this way. Honestly, one of the biggest reasons I liked the upgrade kit is because it comes with the shelves. It does have hooks on the inside here that you can hang things off of, but I liked having that extra storage space. Another attachment that I personally really love, this leg press attachment. But what you do, there's this spacing here for the barbell, and it locks into the Smith machine. Okay, now I want to point out some differences between this and some of the other models. As I said before, this one is a commercial model, so it's just a little bit nicer as far as looks and some of the things that it entails compared to like the C10 or a few of the other models. So this one is the G15 Pro. One big thing for me on the C10 that kind of bothered me with the C10 is the The track that the cables go on is the same as the Smith machine. You have to move the cables in order to use the Smith machine. So if you're wanting to go bounce back and forth, that's just something to kind of keep in mind. It's not a huge problem. One great thing about the C10 is this amazing bench that attaches on and has a really awesome leg press system. And another selling point of the C10 as well is they have cables that can hook up right at the top, so it makes doing like lat pull downs or anything where you want the cables to go in the middle at the top or space for you to be directly under it, really easy to do. Okay, the C10 is also slightly narrower and a little bit less deep, but only by a couple of inches. So the G20, it's quite a bit deeper and it's also taller. So if you have the ceiling height, then, and you want a taller machine and have more working space on the inside, then that's definitely one to look at. I don't believe the Smith machine is counterbalanced, but it's definitely not. That's not a reason I wouldn't get that machine. The reason I didn't go with the G20 myself is because, first of all, my ceiling height wasn't tall enough for that one, and also the plates are stored in the back of the machine, so I didn't want to have to go clear to the back to get the weights. I didn't have the space to do that. I didn't want my machine to sit out so far into my room. First of all, it's deeper, and then going around and having to get the weights back there just wasn't ideal for me. So that was kind of why I was deterred away from the G20. Otherwise, I think it's pretty similar to the G15. Looking into getting any more home gym equipment, all-in-one trainers, or any other Force USA products, you can use my discount code. Once again, it's capital JAMILEH. That's my name, Jamileh. If you have more questions for me or want to know more details, please reach out and let me know. One last thing I do want to mention is I got this Force USA bench, which has been really great. There are lots of ways to adjust the seat. You can change the seat so it will end up being like a decline bench, or you can put it at different angles. One thing though that does bother me about this bench is it is a little bit wobbly. It hasn't really caused any issues for me. The biggest thing about this bench that I love is there's a preacher curl attachment, and then there's also this attachment. You can do hamstring curls and leg extensions. You just place your plates on this peg right here, and it makes it really easy to do those exercises at home as well. So the bench is definitely worth it. It sits a little bit higher than some of the other benches that I'm typically used to. So when doing like hip thrusts off the side of it, it is a little bit too high for me. There's just a couple of exercises that I have to put a plate under my feet to kind of make up that distance. But once again, I'm shorter, I'm only 5'4", so for most people that probably won't be an issue, but it is slightly higher, maybe only by like an inch or so. If you have any questions for me, please reach out. If you want to learn more about my workout programs, just follow my Instagram page, fitnessrewired.jam, and there I share different workout tips, fitness tips. I am a coach that likes to focus on gaining the mindset you need in order to actually achieve your goals, so it's just something you can do long-term, not just quick, short fixes. I have workout programs, and then I also do one-on-one coaching, nutrition, and mindset coaching as well. In my workout programs that I do for my one-on-one clients, I create a personalized plan based off of what your goals are and where you're at currently, what equipment you have, whether you're at home or you're at the gym. So please reach out if you've got questions for me on that. And with that, I'll see you later.